So I'd like to use the Water Crystal Oracle. I don't often feel called to use this deck, but Spirit is wanting to talk a little bit about your physical energy. Okay. So in this deck, there's something called Hado, Hado. And Hado is a higher vibrational energy that it's specifically there to remove negative vibrations. So Hado replaces negative vibrations with good, light, intention, love, etc. So let's look into this deck and see what Spirit would like to talk about regarding your physical vessel, regarding your biofields, your organs. It's a little different, but let's see what comes up. The body, the light body especially, is going through an intense time right now. Your biofield is being, for some, I'm hearing suspended. So if you're in a negative state, you do need to enter 0 point. That's 13.13. If you say those numbers in your energy in your heart, you will enter 0 point. And 0 point energy is where change can take place. It is a stasis that occurs so that things can be removed and added in. So Spirit is wanting you to learn about the 0 point energy, learn about 1313 and how to step into that. It is kind of like the void, except it's stasis, it's still, it's suspended in time so that things can take place. Come on, Spirit, give me a card. Oh, thank you. Just had to ask. All right, so we've got a few cards here, and these are the water cards. So each water molecule takes the shape of its vibration. So if, I'm sure a lot of you know this, but if you say the word hate to a water molecule and then you look at it in the microscope, it is all disheveled and chaotic. If you say the word love, it's beautiful like a symmetrical snowflake. So water, it does have resonance, it does communicate, it is intelligent, and it is programmable. And this is very important. So program your water. I always forget to do that until I make a message like this. Program your water, speak goodwill into your water, and it will become a tonic and an elixir for your body. So first we have Brain Hado. Okay, so this is bringing in positive energy to negate negative energy into the brain. And this card says kindness. So Spirit's wanting you to be kind to yourself, be kind to your thoughts. Something that I've been experiencing is the alchemical process of merging elements to create a new element. This has to do with merging your dualistic energies, your shadow and your light. So a lot of you are having your shadow be kind of loud right now, not because you're imbalanced, but because it's time to listen. Okay. I've sat with my shadow in a completely new way to where I'm not trying to change. I'm not trying to reconfigure. I'm not even trying to defragment that energy. It is simply, what do you have to say? How do you feel? And you'll realize when you do this that this voice is the voice of all your negative energy, all your lower vibrational energy, your negative thoughts, the thought loops. I don't wanna, I can't, I won't, not for me, it's impossible, why would I bother? All of this kind of energy is your lower self. It is your shadow energy that's not needing to be changed, it's needing to be heard. And then once you hear, you ask questions. Okay, so Spirit is wanting you to ask your shadow, ask your brain where all those thoughts come out, ask it questions. Why are you so depressed? What can I do to help you feel better? This is the child as well. Your inner child is very much your shadow as well. So treat this energy like you would treat a child. You wouldn't, hopefully, get onto a child for having feelings, for being upset, for being frustrated, for being sad. You would try to counsel and walk through that energy, walk through those emotions with that child, with that shadow, so that it on its own can become balanced and harmonious. So it can shift its own energy into that of your higher self and of light. And when you counsel your shadow, you are doing so from your higher self. So this also teaches you how to be in your higher self. And once you start recognizing those two energy signatures, it's day and night. You're going to click on so many things because you're understanding where the voices are coming from. Okay. So, brain shadow, kindness to yourself, kindness to your shadow, kindness to your darkness, kindness to your pain. That is Spirit's first card. Very important right now. Wisdom and compassion. Wisdom and compassion. So when you start promoting kindness to your shadow, when you start literally having a conversation without judgment with your shadow, you're going to move into wisdom, your high self, and compassion, the potion of how to cure your shadow inner child of its ailments. And that really is how it needs to be looked at. It has ailments. It is sick with worry, with doubt, with fear. You are the healer. You are the high self. You are the wisdom. You bring compassion. I want you to see this word, compass. To have compassion is to have an inner compass. And that inner compass is your heart, and it's going to guide you intellectually on how to alchemize and join together your duality energies, your dualistic energies, to bring peace to your heart. Winter. That is beautiful. I love this one. Winter. You could say we're in a winter energy right now. I mean, we literally are in winter, actually. But symbolically, we are in winter. We are in a frozen type of energy, a cold energy. There's very little warmth naturally occurring right now. But what happens in winter is, again, 0 point energy, 13.13, stasis. Winter is the gestation period before spring, the next card. I love that that was just right there for me. Spring. Winter is the, gestation period. I lost the word. Before spring. So right now we are in a gestation period. We are pregnant in this 0 point energy, ready to bring forth spring when it's time. This is very important. This is also Spirit saying that spring is coming, new life is coming, birth is coming. But right now, while we are in this stasis energy of winter, while we are gestating, we are being asked to use wisdom and compassion for our brain and bring in Haddo energy to the intellectual processes going on in our brain. And of course, the intellectual mental energies and the emotional water energies are very connected. The mental programs the emotional, and the emotional programs the mental. So figuring out which way that's going for you is going to help. Is your mind programming your emotions? Well, yes. When we stress and we worry and we doubt, our emotions lower. They become staticky and they become uncomfortable and they become sad. When we maintain a vision of hope, of faith, of freedom, sovereignty, mastership, our emotions rise. They become lighter. They become, instead of a big pond of water, they're snowflakes because they have risen in the air and are falling lightly down back to the ground. Stabilization, calibration, and steadiness and balance. So figure out, when you're having these experiences of battle within yourself, which way is it going? Is your mind affecting your emotions, or is your emotions affecting your mind? It's going to be both, but at different times. And that's how you take the reins of what is going on in your biofield, is by paying attention to your emotions and your mental energy. Your mental energy is where your shadow will come through often more times than in your emotions, because your emotions is the water. It is what is programmed. The thoughts is what you're picking up from everything inside and out, and it's settling in that water. So how are you programming that water energy, your emotions inside you? It's very imperative that we take the reins. This is what I keep hearing. Take the reins of this energy, because your mind is the battlefield right now. Your emotions are the battlefield right now, and it does affect your physical health. I keep hearing kidneys and liver. This is where the liver is where we hold on to anger, resentment, frustration, rage. The kidneys are what filter these energies. So if you're having any issues with your kidney or liver, this can come through a myriad of ways. That's telling you what the issue is. It is needing to process and filter out anger, rage, resentment, negativity, frustration, and allow this to filter through your kidneys. Bring green light to your to your liver on the right side, and bring green light to your kidneys, and then bring blue light to your kidneys and liver. If you look at pranic healing, it does tell you what colors go for what you're trying to do. So depending on what you're trying to do, whether you're bringing regeneration or purification, etc., it's different colors. I wish I could tell you for sure off the top of my head, but it's been a while since I've studied that. So I need to get back into that as well. Color therapy is going to be very important for your biofield right now. At any given state, no matter where you are, using the color purple in your biofield will bring calibration and rebalancing. So if your crown, third eye, mental energy is out of whack, bring in purple energy. You don't have to know all the pranic colors. Just bring in purple energy into both of those spaces. It is a clarifier. It is a purifier. It is a transfigurer, meaning it raises it to a higher state, not just another state. And it brings peace and clarity as well. So definitely use purple and focus on your kidneys, on your liver, and your brain right now. This is about creating a better environment in your biofield. And that is, of course, your aura and how far out it extends into the world. When your biofield is in a proper state, you're affecting other things positively versus the environment affecting you negatively. So there are some tears, leaks, and holes in the aura. If you're seeing this and that resonates, then it would be time to put up shields. And something I've done and I'd like you to do right now is close your eyes, and I want you to picture a shield in front of you and ask Spirit what needs to go on this shield. When I did this, well, I don't want to influence you, but look at what symbols come up for your shield. And then research that symbol, that animal, that object, multiple objects, multiple animals, however it comes through for you. That is your power. That is your shield. Whatever comes through for you, I want you to draw it, create it with AI, however you want to do it. Get that shield visually in front of you so that you are reminded and remember what strengths you carry that protect yourself and your biofield. That's very, very important. Spirit definitely wants you to do that. So please heed this counsel and see what your shields are. Once you see that image, you put it 360 degrees all around you. This is a biofield shield, and it will strengthen your biofield. It will eradicate tears, rips, holes, leaks, and it will allow good energies in while protecting you from negative energies. So let's ask Spirit a question about this reading. Physical health has been kind of in decline for a lot of people right now, given the collective chaos going on. And so something to empower yourself is to take control of your biofield. Enter 1313, enter that 0 point energy, enter that stasis, and really do the work. You are your own master healer. Anything you can create, imagine, fantasize about, you can do. And Spirit wants you to step into your power. What's the next step? And just really contemplate this question and listen for an answer. What is the next step for you? What if I were more powerful? And that's what Spirit's trying to do by getting you to correct your biofield. What if I were more powerful? How would you feel? How would your thoughts be? How would you walk? How would you hold yourself? Because this power is absolutely within you. It is maybe hiding right now because of the noise. But if you watched my last reading, you know how to get rid of that noise. You know what to do. So, what if I were more powerful? What am I curious about? Look at the purples, y'all. Purple is so powerful right now. Use purple. Just coat yourself in purple energies. Put on a royal purple cloak, a royal purple robe. Keep that on. This is also a shield for your energy. What am I curious about? There are things you're curious about. You have questions, and Spirit will give you answers. Go deep, go hard, go wild. Ask the questions and then listen for the answer. Don't filter the answer. Don't try to audit the answer. Just listen to the answer and let the wisdom stand. What am I deeply grateful for? So for myself, I'm hearing sovereignty, independence, hope, which is our greatest tool. I don't know if you're familiar with the story of Pandora and Pandora's box, but long story short, she had a box. It contained all the misery and diseases of the world, and out of curiosity, she opened it. This is like in my last reading, biting the apple. She opened the box, okay? Everything flew out, and from that point on is in the world. Misery, destruction, chaos, sickness, pain, all of the icky came out. But the very last thing that came out, and the very last thing, the very thing that follows every single one of those sick ailment energies was hope. Hope follows it everywhere. So in order to let hope out, she had to bite the apple. She had to open the box, and she had to allow these darker energies to run rampant so that hope could also come out. Because the world needed hope, and it needed not to be naive anymore. It needed to be humbled. It needed to be awoken. And in order to do that, we do suffer. We create an energy of conflict in the world to awaken hope and faith. So, again, like my first reading, these things are going on for a reason. And through it all, remember, hope follows it all around. Everything that touches you, hope is also right there. So it's, what do you want to focus on? The sickness or the hope and the healing? Because where you put your attention is what you're going to see, and what your reality is going to feed back to you. So, first question again, what is the next step? What is the next step for you? To first, to be kind to your brain, to work with your shadow inner child, to sit and counsel from your high self and realize, wow, I'm in my high self right now, or wow, I'm in my lower self right now. I need to counsel my lower self. Something I say is, I call forth myself from within myself. And that's a way of saying I call forth my high energies from within my low energies. So you're always bringing that rise, that ascension energy through the hope, through the lower energies. Use wisdom and compassion. That is also the next step. Know that we are in a gestation period. We are in winter. Things are growing. And even though we can't see it right now, spring is coming. So enter 1313, enter your 0 point energy, enter that stasis, and really start working with your biofield. Create the shield for your biofield and place that shield physically in front of you. I really, really want you to draw it out, print it out, create it somehow. put it in your reality, because when we create in the physical, those energies emanate everywhere. So those are the next steps, but also ask what is the next step for you specifically. And I know you can do this. Good luck.